Hi guys, and what classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Thank you for being here. Shifting gears again, we're going back to rock and roll today on Van Halen. And a question. Was David Lee Roth's solo band a bid to kick Van Halen's ass? Michael Anthony admitted to suspecting that David Lee Roth had revenge motives in forming his solo band after leaving Van Halen. The bassist said he'd been impressed when he heard tracks from Roth's 1986 release Eat 'Em and Smile, which arrived around the same time as Van Halen's 5150, their first with new singer Sammy Hagar. It's a great album, Anthony told Ultimate Guitar in a recent interview. I'm friends with Billy and Sheehan and Steve Vai. Obviously, they're both great frickin' players. He continued, and my first thoughts were, is Dave trying to put together a band to try to kick our ass? To try to put together the best players that he could. Because obviously between Greg and Steve and Billy, he got some great musicianship. He reflected the playing was great on that album. Those guys are all great. And on top of that, it was just Dave being Dave. In the same interview, Anthony was asked to compare qualities of Roth and Hagar. Dave reads books, magazines, everything under the sun, he replied. Lyrics and stuff like that. That's all what he's really about. When Sammy joined the band, being a guitar player, his knowledge of chord structure and stuff like that brought a different element to Van Halen. Because where Dave focused mainly on lyrics and trying to do a melody for that, Sammy would be like, well, what if we try this chord or try this progression? Anthony noted, Sammy sings how he sings, Dave sings how he sings, but I really enjoyed how Sammy brought that other musical element to the band. I don't think he necessarily, I mean, he might have had that in his head, but I don't think necessarily just because he had some of the greatest musicians around, especially in Steve Vai, man, that he was going after Van Halen. If I could handle it, I could afford it, and I was trying to get the best band that I wanted out there, and these guys are the guys I would hire. It's just the way it is. For kicks, if you've never seen the movie Crossroads, this is not the newer one, it's the older one with Ralph Macchio, who, by the way, can fake a guitar better than anybody ever seen. Steve Vai wrote most and all the music on that, and he actually acted in it at the end, where he cut heads with Ralph Macchio's character. You got to see that, man. If you don't even watch the whole movie, you got to see that part, because, man, it was just really impressive, and that's where I learned who Steve Vai was, and that's where I learned to love him. I was a great guitar player, man, great guitar player. And not just rock and roll. He did some classical stuff in there as well. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe. Please like this video if you don't mind, and share it out with your family and friends. Let them know what we're doing here. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And as always, I'm praying for you.